Welcome to the 15th video on the Microsoft Surface and Windows 8. In a couple videos, I've already gone through applications and how to install them. We went through games, Netflix, a few things like that. But I've sort of skipped over a couple of steps that I thought you might be interested in. So in this video, I'm going to walk through how to work with applications and basically some of the things that you can do. So as I've shown in a couple videos, to get to applications, you go into the store, the Microsoft Store, which will show a whole bunch of different applications. But one thing I didn't show is that you can actually see which applications you have installed by going to doing the bottom swipe menu. So swipe from the bottom and then go to Your Apps. And this will show not only a list of everything that you've installed on this device, but also all of the apps that you have on all of your Windows 8 devices. And so this is something that I wasn't really expecting to see, but it makes sense. And this is more for purchased apps, because when you purchase an app, you're purchasing it for yourself on, I believe it's up to 5 devices, and so you can actually download it onto more than one device under your account. And so it's showing a bunch of machines here for me. Some of these aren't actually machines that I have anymore. They were ones that I was experimenting with. And so that's one thing to try to remember. If you do have an app that you've purchased, I think you have to uninstall it to get that license free so that you can do more. But you can see here, I changed it to say show all the apps. And a lot of these are free, and so it's not actually costing me anything to have them. But it's sort of an interesting thing. It shows you which applications I put on, and then again, you can see on which devices. And so if it's on my desktop, if it's on whatever, it keeps track of it, so you can see which applications you've put something on. And then there's not really too much you can do with these apps here, but it gives you a little bit of a report. So another thing that I didn't show before, let's say that you go to an application. I actually tried this one out yet, but one thing I didn't realize is when I first looked at this is on this overview page, they usually have a screenshot of the application, but if you swipe across, you'll see that it's actually going to be able to show you multiple pages, and so most of them will have this. I've seen quite a few now, and so it's just giving you little snapshots of the application so that you can see what are some of the features and stuff. And so this works for almost any app. Let's try another one. And you can tell how many screenshots it has by the little markers down there. So you can see it's giving you a bit of a demo of what's going on with the application. And so I'm used to seeing scroll bars or something like that. This one, the indication is right down at the bottom. So now that we've taken a look at some of those features, let's go over to an app that I have installed. So let's do Netflix. We'll start that one up. I'll just take a second here. So I've shown in other videos how you can get to the Charms menu to see various settings on an application. And so Netflix has the same thing. Your account is where you put in your Netflix account. You can sign out of it, terms of use, privacy policies, etc. But one other thing that shows up on every Windows 8 app is this rate and review option right here. And so if you click on that one, it's going to take you to the Microsoft Store and let you rate what you think this feature is. And so Netflix, I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars, and then you can do the title. Great interface, very usable. And then you can type something longer. And I'm just typing, I like it better than the web interface. And then if you submit it, this will show up on that page that I'm showing you guys before. And so you can sort of see here's a list of everyone else who's rated it. So 5,000 some people have rated this one. And you can see the ratings are all over the place. Some people hate it, some people love it. I'm one of the ones that love it. So hopefully my rating will help them get even more attention for their site. But that's definitely something I would encourage you to do with all of your apps too. If you find one, especially the free ones, find one you like, rate it, put some comments in there so that the author of the application can get some more recognition and some more subscribers. So what else to show you about apps? I may have shown this in an earlier video, but it's good to remind you. If you have an application that you're not using anymore, that you want to save some disk space, then you select the app and then you can hit uninstall, and that will remove it from your device. Now, one other thing I guess I should mention is that I mentioned before, when you install an application, it's installed for you. And that means if you switch to another user, they're not going to have access to the application. Each copy is for a user. And so that's one thing that you might like it, might not like it. It's nice that you can use it on multiple devices, but you do have to sort of plan ahead if you're paying for an application, because when you're paying for it, you're the only one that's going to be able to use it from your account. So one trick I've done is create an account that you put all of the games on that you want to share with your friends or family, and then whenever they're borrowing the device, they can just use that account to sign in for it. But otherwise, it does lock it down to each individual user. And so if my fiance wanted to use one of the games I have, she'd have to buy it a second time. So we're probably not going to do that. She'll just sign in under my account so that she can use the app. Free apps doesn't really matter, except that it is taking extra disk space. It's going to have a copy of each one. And you also have to update it, etc., individually. And that's a fairly large departure from the way that applications have worked on the Windows operating system up until now. So some good things about it, some bad things, but just something to be reminded about. And I believe that's about it. Hopefully these little hints and in things that I've shown you will help out. Just stuff that I've missed in other videos and wanted to make sure I covered it. And stay tuned for some more new features in the next video.